Howdy, howdy. How's it going? I'm going to be working on this cane today. I'm going to make a veneer out of this. I told you before there's several different things I want to do with this cane, but I'm going to start out making a veneer. I've already got a couple of pieces going here. So I've got out my clay, my cane slicer. I'm going to slice up some pieces, put them on here, and put them together. I'm doing these pieces fairly thick. Let me get this out of the way. I'm not slicing these pieces super duper thin, because for what I'm planning to do once I get them laid on there, they're got to be burnished down. That'll thin them out a little bit, and I want to be able to easily pick this veneer up. I'm going to cut pieces out of it, pick it up. You'll see. All right, so let's start out getting some pieces sliced up. And then, if you can see, that's about how thick I'm going with this. So it's pretty thick as far as cane slices go. Y'all know who that is. I don't even have to tell you. I'm sure that she is not going to be done interrupting us. Rotten little tricksy monster. I'm just gonna lay them on here for now, and then I'll put them together later. For now, I've got this many sliced up. I can always slice more if I need to, so I'm going to start putting those together. Move this to a different tile so that you wouldn't have to deal with the glare from the light. Okay. Now, I am going to try my best to line this up. I mean, like, as best as I possibly can. I want to line up these lines here, and also the diagonal lines. And like, see, that one is not straight there, so it's going to be a little harder to line this one up, maybe, but that's okay. And all of these on this row will have to be facing the same way. Like, I've got the orange here on the left side, so the orange is going to have to go on the left side here. I mean, it doesn't have to, but if I put the orange on the right side, then I'm going to have these two colors that are the same right next to each other. So I'm going to make mine facing all the same direction. And I'm just going to take my time, line it up as best as I can. My cane is certainly not perfect, so it's not going to be the easiest in the world to line it up. And of course, no matter what I do, it's still not going to be, you know, lined up perfectly, and that's okay. Just gonna do the best I can. Now, these little gaps here, that's not an issue right now. I'll take care of those later. I'm gonna grab me a very rigid blade and see if that helps, if I kind of get these pieces good and straight before I add the next one on. I told you she wouldn't be done interrupting us. So yeah, I'm just gonna see if using the blade here makes a difference. Sorry about the noise. Okay, so I'm just gonna carry on building this veneer. Okay, a couple of things as I've went along. For one thing, you know, I said I was putting the orange at the left. Well, that's every row you have to flip it the other direction. So that's one thing to note. Another thing is that I found as I went along that it was easier to do it like this, like do this one and then slot this in here versus trying to you know, line it up here and here. It was just easier to do it this way for me. And then, you know, sometimes, okay, I don't have enough room there, so I'm gonna kind of scooch that over just a little bit. And sometimes I've had to, you know, squish one part down and stretch another part. See, that still doesn't want to go in there, so I'm going to scoot this over a little bit more. It just takes a little bit of patience. See, I had to stretch that a little bit. Well, now I got to squish that back down a little bit to get that one to line up. And I know they're not, you know, all going to be perfect. Even though I would like for them to be. But that's okay. Just doing the best I can. And I'm going to put another one here. Just taking my time. Doing the best I can to get it lined up. This is not something that you want to attempt when you're in a hurry. Or you're, you know, not in the mood to just sit down and chill out, you know. If you're in one of those moods where you want to hurry up and get it done, you're going to want to save this for a different time. I have no idea how long I've been working on this. I know it's been a while. I'm trying to decide if I want to do one more row right here. I think I will. Now that I have all of my slices cut and laid out, I need to compress it all together, get it nice and smooth. Some of these places that have a bigger gap, like there's a really big one right here, fairly decent sized one there. Before I start burnishing it down, I just want to gently kind of press those together. Just kind of roll with my finger from one side to the other. Just go ahead and start moving it closer together. Kind of close up that gap a little bit more. It's moving really easily. This cane has been resting for, I don't know, days, maybe even a week. But it's still moving really nicely. And that's another thing. You're going to want to let a cane like this rest before you start working with it. Because when you go to slice it up on that pointed tip, it's going to get squished every time, and like just squished more and more every time you take a slice. But if it's been sitting for several days to where it's firmed up and it's not so hot and it's not so soft and mushy, then it's a lot easier to slice and it won't deform it as much. Alright, got my what do you call this, stainless steel soapstone parchment paper. And smooth this down. I may start out just doing it with my hands, my fingers, getting my parchment paper pressed on there nice. Now, when I rub this, burnish it, whatever you want to call it, I want to follow my lines. I don't want to go in circles. That's going to cause more distortion. So I want to go up and down to follow these lines here, and I'm going to go diagonally to follow those lines, okay? No going around in circles. Okay, that took quite a while. That was a lot of burnishing. But I think I've got most of my gaps filled. There's a small one there. It's fairly level. I do have dips here and there. Even if you use a slicer like I did, you're still, all of your slices are not going to be absolutely, completely, positively even. I mean, for me, they're a lot more even than if I'd sliced them by hand. As I said before, I don't make a whole lot of canes, so therefore I don't slice a lot of canes. So I'm not very good at slicing them. But the more you do that, the better you get at making your slices even. But I mean, they're never going to be perfectly even. Like I said, even with the cane slicer, they're not, you know, perfectly even. And that's okay. That's what burnishing's for, right? We're going to smooth it out. That feels pretty good. So this concludes part 1 of this design. Yep, we got another part to go. For the second part of this design, I'm going to add another color, which is going to be either black or white. I haven't decided which one yet. I'm really not sure. I'm kind of leaning toward white because this is kind of dark. Well, not dark, but it's not like light colored either. So I'm thinking white. But I'm going to show you what I'm going to do to test that out and figure out which color I want to use. My design is going to involve circles. Lots and lots of circles. I don't know if I want black or white. So what I'm going to do... Ooh, sorry about that. I'm going to get out my circle cutters. I'm going to use ink pen, scissors. And I'm going to start tracing out some circles. And I'm going to do circles inside of circles. Okay, now I've made a complete disaster out of my desk, and I'm sure you're thinking this woman has lost her mind, which, you know, that's a fair assessment. I normally don't do a whole lot of planning. I think I've told you before, I'm just kind of a go with the flow kind of girl. I sit down, I work, and whatever happens, happens. But with this, I don't want to waste a lot of clay. I don't want to waste my cane. Not that it's that hard to do, which, by the way, if you haven't seen it, go watch that video. It's easy to do. It's just, you know, it takes a little bit of time, and I don't want to waste it. And I'm not sure if I want to do black or white. So did a little bit of planning here. Just sometimes you just have to take a few minutes to test things out and see. This is very, very crude, I know. And my circles are horrendous, but that's okay. And this will give you an idea of what I have planned for the design also. And we can get an idea of what the design is going to look like. Make sure that's the design that I want to go with. So yeah, something like that. That's what I have in mind. Obviously, there would be a lot more holes in this. And then I think, hang on, let me show you. Okay, just grab some cutters. So my thinking is that once I cut the pieces out, it'll look like these random swirls, like that or that, if you can see that. Oh, I like that. Yeah, I think that'll look cool. Stuff like that. That's kind of what I have in mind. Okay. There's the black version. And if you're testing out something like this, I think probably the best thing is to take a photograph. And then that way you'll be able to go back and forth and see which one you like best. Since I'm filming, I took a screenshot. Try not to jig into this as I take these up. The black is nice. I mean, the black is really pretty. And it may, you know, make those colors pop more on the black. I still think I'm leaning toward the white, but let's see. I've got these circles too far apart. I'm not going to be able to. You know, fit them in there. You know? I think my vote's for the black. And I really thought that I was going to want the white. I'm still just not sure. I'm going to have to think on it. I even thought about doing both at one point, like doing one white, one black. That might be kind of cool. You know, I like things that are different and not a, you know, like a pair of earrings put two. It might be cool to do like one earring black and one earring white. That's another possibility. Okay. The other thing I thought about doing was doing black and white in the same veneer. Like making the background either, say if the background's white, then the next circle would be black. And then the next one would be white. Nah, I don't like that. If I did do it that way, the black and the white, I would probably do the background black. I mean, that's not bad either. I mean, that's kind of cool too. Dang, I wish y'all could just tell me. But I know by the time you see this, they're gonna be already done. But I wish you could tell me. Alright, this is gonna require some thought. I finally made my decision. But before I tell you what I decided, I want to know what you would have done. Would you have done black and white separately, or black and white together, or just white? Okay, I'm going to wait. Pause the video. Go comment. Let me know. Okay, are you back? Okay, good. Let's get started. I have this has been sitting for a few days. So before I started, I burnished over it again just to kind of get it moving where it wouldn't break when I picked it up. You may notice that there are a few pieces missing, and I'm fixing to show you why. But I also released this from the tile, took my blade, ran it under, so it's just laying here. It's not stuck down in my tile. I used, the reason that is missing a few pieces is because I made this. I'm sorry I did not do it on camera. Kind of spur of the moment thing. I just kind of needed to work by myself. I made templates for these shapes. Cut them out. If you'd like to see how I do that, I made a short on that. You can look at that. Here's what I decided. I decided on black. Again, this is not, you see all these bubbles, that's because it's not attached to the tile, really. Well, okay, maybe it's a little more attached than I thought. Now I just rolled this out the same thickness as my veneer. Let's start with the big one. Give me a little more room there. Cut out my big circle. Need something to pick it up with. I was playing, just making something for myself the other day, and I used my Hippie Crafter tools. I gotta tell you, I'm really liking these tools. Alright. I was hoping this would be easier to pick up. Come on now. Get a needle tool and see if that would be better. I did really like this needle tool too because it's so long. It's longer than all the rest of them that I have, which I don't know why, or don't know how to explain it, but it made it easier to work with it being that long. And I like this textured piece here where you hold on to it. There we go. Now I'm going to cut out the triangle veneer in the same size. Kind of hoping it sticks in my cutter. There's just no way I can do all of this on camera, so I've got the veneer off to the side over here, and it didn't stick in my cutter, but it's easy enough to get up. Put this in here, and I'm not gonna stick this down yet. I'm not gonna burnish these together. I'm just gonna lay it in here. Come on now. And then once I get the whole thing done is when I'll burnish it all together all at once. I am gonna pull that out just a little bit. Now that's better. Okay, I'm gonna put my cutters together and see which size I want next. Let's try a bigger one. The next size up would be this one. I don't think that's quite big enough, so we'll go with this one. And then I'm just going to pick me a spot. I want it fairly close on one side. Actually, I'm going to cut right there because my veneer cracked just a little bit. Okay, sorry, I can't see how much room I'm leaving there. Okay, that's enough, I think. I should have put a towel or something down so you don't have to listen to that towel. Sorry. I may get one in a minute. Oh, man. I'm definitely going to save this part. Because I will use this again. And gently pick that up. And lay it to the side. Now I've got to cut. I'm going to use this circle here. Find somewhere to put it. And then now I don't know which one I used. Okay, that one. And I'm going to, with the same cutter, cut out of the black. I've had this idea in my head for a long time of the circles inside the circles like this, but I didn't know what pattern to do. So once I decided to do this pattern, I thought, oh, that's perfect for that design that I wanted to do. Okay, let's see. Yeah, I don't want as much of the black in here, I don't think, so that'll work. Let's go with this one. Now, do I want this to go? Nah, I think I want it to go the same direction. But then what if I can't get it exactly the same? I think that's lined up pretty good. Let's see. Well, it's kind of too late now, and I've already pressed it in there. And it's a little off, but I think it'll be okay. While I'm thinking about it, or while I can't think of anything else to say, I want to remind you that as of right now, I do not make money from YouTube. And this takes away from my jewelry business. I mean, yes, I would be making this for my jewelry business, but filming takes longer than it would if I was just working, and you know, the editing and all of that stuff. So if you enjoy my content, it would be very appreciated if you would consider donating. I have the link up at the top of my page, and then it will also be in the description box. I'm sorry if you heard my Alexa. I won't say it too loud because I don't want to activate yours. But anyway, also you could use my affiliate links if you would like to order Hippie Crafter tools or any of the other Hippie Crafter items. Also have an affiliate link for Amazon. One thing about Amazon though that I did not know, and I'm pretty sure this is true, like if you use my Amazon link and you don't order something right away, say use my link and you find what you want, you put it in your cart, but you don't order it until a week later, I won't get credit for that. I won't earn commission on that. You have to, like, when you go through the affiliate link, you have to order it right then. So if you decide you want to order it later, then you have to go through the link again. Does that make sense? Just an FYI for you. And I'm sure it probably works the same for Hippie Crafter. It probably works the same for any affiliate link, I would think. Alright, I'm going to see if I can get this one in here. If not, I may have to. But I think with this, with it being an outside piece, or an inside piece, whatever you want to say, I think I can fit it in there. May not be the neatest. Yeah, that works. Okay. So therefore I didn't waste that one. Okay. Before I go any further here, I'm gonna get out some cutters. And I'm gonna see if I want to go ahead and cut my pieces before. I originally thought like I would make, say, another circle here and one here, but I'm not sure that's what I want to do. I think I want to go ahead and cut out a pair of earrings right here with just this circle. Let me get my cutters. I'm going to start out with this cutter, rounded rectangle or elongated rectangle, whatever it is. I don't want to do this to where I have an entire circle in the center. I mean, that's just artistic preference. I want it more. That is Trixie's new toy. It sounds like a baby crying. It's a chicken. Sorry for the interruptions. That's just the way it is when you have a young, very energetic puppy. Kind of like having little toddlers. Okay, this is what I've got in mind. I kind of forgot where we were at, but I didn't want like a full circle like that. I only want part of the circles. And I'm not sure if I really didn't have to press that hard. I don't know why I did all that. Oh yeah, I think that's gonna look cool. Now the question is, do I want the mate to it like completely different? Or do I want to make it pretty similar? You know what? I forgot to burnish this down. I'm going to have to go do that before I can cut it. Okay, I got a little sheet of wax paper here. Start out with my fingers. I know I said before not to go in circles. This time I'm going to have to go in a circle at least here. But I'm also going to go back and forth and find my stainless steel soapstone. This I will link in the description box in case you need one. And when you're doing this, it is good to use something like the wax paper or parchment paper instead of printer paper, because you can see where you have it connected. Like if you see right here, see I don't have it connected here, which is okay because that's where I'm going to cut, but also can see that I don't have it connected right here. Once you get it completely connected together, you won't see that you know, where it's, I don't know what I'm trying to say, but it won't look like this once you get it connected. I just don't think my brain is working today. It's like I can't think straight today. I guess we all have those days where we at least feel that way, whether it's true or not. Now let's go back where I was. I want part of that one little circle right there. Okay. Let's go again. I wish I had... Yeah, I won't have to cut that again because I left a bubble there. If you leave a bubble between the tile and the clay and you bake on that tile, which is what I'm going to do, it's... Shouldn't have done that. It's gonna show in your... It'll leave a raised spot in your piece. Okay, now that I've made a mess, I'll try for the third time. This bubble right here is the one that's... I didn't want my this clay attached to the tile. I tell you what, I'm just going to pierce it. I really didn't want to do that. Should have got a smaller needle to do that with too. That's okay, I can burnish it back out. It's just one of those days where things aren't going exactly right. I have my window open, sorry for the noise. It's a beautiful day here in Georgia. I like to have my windows open when it's pretty outside. Okay, I think I got the bubble out. Got it nice and smooth. I am going to sand, but you know, I don't want to have to do any more sanding than I absolutely have to. And I bumped the camera again. That still has a bubble. I'll take care of it later. You know, I could cut all of this out, but I'm not going to. I'm going to leave it in because that's reality. I mean, it's just the way it goes sometimes. Not everything is always perfect, but yet people on the internet make it seem like it is, you know? Which I realize you can't always leave in every little thing. Sometimes you just have to edit things out, but okay, I'm gonna do it a little different. Yeah, I like that. So this video is going to be like 3 days long if I show everything. So I may cut you here and just fast forward because you're going to be here all day if I don't. Okay. Okay, I got these 3 sections done. I think this is where I'm going to leave you. It is almost 11 o'clock Thursday morning, and I got to have this video filmed, and I got to finish editing by 4 o'clock this afternoon. So I got to get on the ball. Obviously, I won't be able to show you the finished pieces in this video, but I will show them in a different video or in a short. Once I finish the whole collection, I usually make a short with the whole collection when I finish. I'm going to design a bracelet. I'm going to cut out, I'm obviously going to fill the space up. I'm going to make my own shapes for a bracelet like I did with the necklace. If you saw that short, I'll link it in the description box of how I designed a necklace. The one I showed you earlier. So I'm going to make a bracelet to go with that. But I've got to design my shapes first. So I'm going to do that. And that'll probably be all I'm going to do. Now these leftovers, I will obviously use those. I may cut out some smaller earrings, like say this size. And just cut them out here and there to make maybe like a little pair of hoops or something like that, or I will use one of these two cutters and make studs. But this design part won't go to waste. And then here is what I have left out of the veneer. So I've still got all this to finish this up with, and I'm sure I will use all of this because the rest of the designs, I have other plans for this pattern. So yeah, so that's what I'm going to do. Okay, until we meet again, I want you to go watch this video or this one. And other than that, I hope you have a beautiful, fantastic day. Thank you so much for watching, and don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell. Okay, thanks. Bye.